Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. It is episode 115, and I am just telling you now, bet the under on everything. Bet the under. I was given inside information from my insider buddy at FanDuel Sportsbook. Just bet the under, man. I am not gonna do as many of the things I am going to do that I usually do in this Let's Play. The amount of times I call Sandra Cisneros the GOAT, under. The amount of times I say, under. The amount of times I talk about book drama, under. And under, okay? The amount of times I say the word discourse, under, okay? Bet the under on everything. I just trust me on this. Trust me. You're gonna end up making a lot of money. But, I don't know, if I get, investigated by the FBI, I blame ESPN, okay? I blame ESPN and Nick Wrong for frickin' being just a gambling addict. The way he's a gambling addict, man, I don't know, man. The way that people talk about gambling, man. And I guess that is the intro bit to this episode. Does anyone want an alternate intro bit? Okay. Scratch that. I'm not gonna edit it, but here's the alternate intro bit. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Minecraft. It is episode 115, and I haven't posted in a while because I turned 25 and my back hurts. I have sciatica, okay? My back hurts, man. It's this gaming chair I'm in. Yeah, does anyone also that's the thing that isn't it the thing with those gaming racer chairs, right? Of just they're not actually designed to help your back, or you should get an actual office chair and not one of those freaking racer type chairs. But I would assume you could also get a back supporting chair that looks like that, but I don't know. I think the one I have now I've had for 5 years and it's fine. So yeah, that was the alternate freaking intro bit. I tweeted literally I was just gonna be I have sciatica. That literally was what I was gonna do, and then it's oh god. My good. Anything I need to talk about? The WNBA finals happened. Yeah, I mean, what is there to talk about? Yeah, briefly. I put on the board that I'm gonna talk about this gambling stuff, but it's I don't know, Chauncey Billups getting arrested, illegal poker games with ties to the mafia, and then it's separate to Terry Rozier, who was in the headlines and was investigated previously by the league, and then he was cleared by the league, and then now he's been indicted and arrested by the FBI, and it's this whole big thing, and the FBI is calling it Operation Royal Flush. Oh man, and I don't know, Gilbert Arenas on opened an episode of his show by bringing a brown plastic paper bag and calling it an informant's lunch. It's he tipped them off, He literally said in the stream after he got out of jail for that one day, that is he's snitching. He's snitching, okay? It's oh man, what can I add, man? What can I add? I pride myself on talking about a selection of things where it's no one would talk about that selection of things in a Minecraft Let's Play or even just a regular podcast, I don't know. I pride myself on that, but it's me talking about just general basketball related things, riding a horse in Minecraft. It's a bit, I don't know. It's a little bit different, but yeah. Anything I need to add to what's already been discussed? Yeah, it's just sports betting, man. It's I don't know. I think I talked about it a little bit. Yeah. I uploaded a video of me talking about the game of life, or yeah, me playing the game of life, like Hasbro Family Game Night Treat, the game of life, which I literally bought on eBay just to make that video, by the way. So like, yeah, I think like in it, like there was like a portion of it where like I landed on a space where I like played spin to win, right? And it's like, and I was just being like, I just don't understand like the intrigue of gambling, you know? It's like I'm risk. I guess it's just my personality is highly risk averse. You know, it's like I don't want to do something where it's like the majority outcome is to lose money. You know, like just tell me the percentages of things, right? Like I don't know. I guess that's the thing with like gamblers, right? It's like they never get told the odds, man, or like they're smart enough to know just what to freaking bet. But it's like there's so much like other stuff, you know, luck and, you know, I don't know. It's like, yeah, you can train to freaking like be a better blackjack player, you can train to be a better poker player, but it's like a lot of it is just luck. A lot of it is just luck. I mean, like, come on, you're never gonna convince me that like that a significant portion is luck, and that if the luck doesn't go your way, you're just screwed out of just so much money, man. Like, I don't know. It's like I don't know, this like FanDuel and freaking DraftKings, you know? It's just like, yeah, those two companies just floating the money for like pretty much every freaking sports podcast in existence, man. Except like the one where it's like the sports gossip show. I don't know if they're probably not sponsored by freaking DraftKings, you know? It's like, look, here's who, here, did you know that Justin Herbert is dating Madison Beer? It's like, find out more after this FanDuel break. It's like, man, it's like, I don't know. It's just a thing. And like and like people are talking about this gambling situation on podcasts that are sponsored by those it's like that are sponsored by FanDuel and DraftKings. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's yeah. That's the thing. Obviously, like, yeah, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, like you don't want to, you know, demonize the entire, like, everyone who has gambled ever, right? It's like, it's not, gambling isn't an inherent frickin' vice, you know? Like, I don't, in my opinion, I personally don't see it as that, you know? Just because you gamble, just because you're like, I placed a bet, you know, on an athlete, you know, it doesn't automatically mean it's like a bad thing and shouldn't be a thing, but I don't know. Yeah, you know, like, yeah, I referenced Bomani Jones on this Let's Play a lot recently, but yeah, like he, when talking about like and the NCAA and like NIL, and like he was saying like it was better when you had to pay players under the table, you know. It's like, yeah, no, like gambling should be done like not on your phone, you know? Like you shouldn't be able to freaking have like immediate access to freaking like to you shouldn't have like a gambling device you know, in your phone, you know? That should not be a thing, man. It should not be. Yeah, like you needed to go to a bookie to place a bet in a back room, you know, and you know, you needed to like know some guy who knew some guy, and now it's just like you freaking open up an app and then it's like, okay, you can place a bet. Like, I don't know. It's like like there's a, like, I mean, you know, like should gambling be legalized? It's like in general, yes, but like it's like these repercussions. These are just repercussions of it being so like prevalent. You know, these are the repercussions of, you know, yeah, like the Terry Rozier and the Jonte Porter, you know, before then, like these are the repercussions of just like having betting just being so prevalent, of just like, yeah, like here's, you know, it's like take the over, take the under, freaking, it's like I don't know, man, I don't know. Like for me, it's like I just don't want to lose money. Like if I want to lose money, I'll do it like buying food. I'll do it buying a certain product, a certain commodity. Like, I don't know, like you just like put freaking like $100 on freaking the chance that freaking, it's like, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I don't know. Like I don't know. Like like, I don't know how much the average, like, American bettor is actually freaking making on, like, these, like, general, like, prop bets that get advertised, right? It's like, how much money are you making if you're just like, I'm gonna bet Luka Doncic gets over 8 rebounds? It's like, how much money does that freaking generate? Like, I have no idea. Like, if that's like a single bet you make, it's like, I'm gonna make one single bet. My bet for this basketball game is that Asia Wilson is gonna score over like 30 points. It's like, okay, great. How much money do you make from it? It's like, yeah, it's all based on like, yeah, if it's like plus, then you're bound to make more money. If it's minus, then, you know, you need to put up a lot more. Yeah, that's the general way it works, but like, I don't know. Like, yeah, I know the general way is that if you bet on an underdog, you get, that's more money than if you bet on a favorite. I know that. I think I generally know that, but like, I don't know. Anyways, I didn't want to talk about this, man. I wanted to talk about LeBron having sciatica and like, is it real? And like, you know, I don't know. Maybe like he's like subtly being like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm seeing like, is Luka really fit? You know, it's like based on the first 2 games, yeah. But he didn't really need to be fit to put up those numbers, you know. Like, colloquially, fat Luka could have done that too. It's like, like that didn't need to be skinny Luka, man. I don't know. And also a thing of like I don't know. Like, does skinny Luka mean that he's gonna be better defensively? I don't know, but whatever. Yeah, I don't know. It's just this whole betting. Like my brain is just not wired like that at all. I am not. I'm just like, I don't want to lose money. Like I like just like yeah, like you bet like even like $20 or like $30 on something, and you're just like, okay, I need this result to happen. I need this result to happen to at least earn my money back. It's like, I don't know. It's just so, it's like, why? like I don't know. Oh man, I don't know. This like, I'm never, yeah, true. Yeah, if you took the freaking over on me saying I don't know, then freaking yeah, I don't know how much money you made. I don't know, but yeah, am I making someone more money if someone can bet on this? I don't know. That yeah, that's also another thing that you know, I noticed but didn't really talk about. The fact that like you could have like bet on an election, right? The fact, like, just like, I'm not espousing a judgment on the people who would take up on that offer, but like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's just the fact that that's a thing that's possible, you know? Like, it, like, yeah, like, I think it's like, it was always a thing that was possible, but like, the fact that you can do it from an app on your phone. Come on, man. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? But I don't know. Yeah, true. Is there a larger point? Yeah, it's like this is the bed we're laying in. This is the bed that like propping up, you know, FanDuel and DraftKings is like, you know, this is somewhat like a result of that, but it's not the entire cause of it. But, you know, part of it is just, you know, people not doing it responsibly, as they say. People not calling the hotline if you have a gambling problem. Like, I don't know. I would love to be the freaking counselor, you know, just like, okay, so you have a gambling problem. It's like, tell me. It's like, look, I thought that this player would get this many rebounds, and they didn't, man. They were screwing me. The whole time. I needed it to hit. I needed that parlay to hit. It's like, just having to listen to that is, oh my god, dude. Oh man. Anyways. Yeah, I should get into actual basketball-related stuff, you know. Yeah, Wemby is amazing, okay? There you go. There's, you know, one basketball thing I can latch onto, okay? Wemby put up 40 points and 15 rebounds in his first game, you know, over the Mavericks. NBA season has started, you know? Don't really need to say much about that. Yeah, I saw the Nuggets Warriors game that went to overtime. Steph Curry still has it. You know, some people are, I don't know, like calling it like vintage Steph Curry doesn't really make sense to me, but I guess it's like he's like 37, like, or 38 years old now. So like, yeah, I guess when you're in your mid to late 30s, like every performance where you're like really good is called vintage, you know? But the thing was, like, Derrick Rose, like, I remember, like, Derrick Rose, like, getting called, like, vintage. Like Derrick Rose's, like, 50-point game as a member of the Timberwolves, right? Like, was seen as, you know, like, such an emotional freaking game after just, like, all of the stuff he was going through, you know. One of the things, just so you know, was not a very savory thing that he went through. One of those things was not really, like, you know, getting injured and stuff, you know. But yeah, like, I would assume that performance was called vintage. And it's like, the funny thing is that was in 2018. Like, he was 30 years old. Vintage Derrick Rose performance. Like, he's 30 years old. Oh, man. But yeah. The Nuggets, yeah, Aaron Gordon had a 50-point game. Just like, oh my god, dude. If Aaron Gordon like steps up his game to somewhat similar to that, like, and like averages like over 25 points a game, like, oh my god, dude. Yeah, how far the Nuggets can go, man. Yeah, Shea put up 55. Yeah, there's been so many performances, man. Anthony Edwards put up 41 in the first game on the over the Blazers, right? Yeah, like, I don't know. Şengün had a almost 40-point triple-double. You know, it's like, yeah, there's been so many, yeah, the great performances to start the NBA season, which is now on Amazon Prime and on NBC. Or Peacock. Oh, man, there's just so much, man. But yeah, I guess, like, I should talk about the end of the WNBA season first, yeah, because I am an all-around basketball enjoyer, okay? It was just, yeah, the last two games. I have to talk about two games. In game three, Satu Sabli, you know, near the end of the game, Phoenix was, I think, like, they were down. Yeah, they were down most of the game. Phoenix, like, stormed back. In the midst of them storming back, Satu Sabli, you know, hit her head and got a concussion. And then the Mercury were without Satu Sabli. And then Kalia Copper went off. You know, she was in the middle of going off, and then Kalia Copper, like, scored a bunch. And then right at the end, yeah, Asia Wilson, with like 5 seconds left, hit a clutch, extremely clutch game winning shot, basically. Yeah, with like that left, like, what, 0.3 seconds on the clock. It's like, yeah. And that sealed it, and that's basically sealed the Aces winning their third championship in 4 years. Yeah, so yeah. Oh man, that's basically how the WNBA season ended. I talked about Nafisa calling out Kathy. You know, it seems like, you know, the WNBA is not, yeah, the players are not gonna reach a new CBA anytime soon. I don't know, man. It's, yeah, it's just, I don't, yeah, they're far apart, man. I heard, yeah, it was like I saw from a tweet that the offer that was being, like, yeah, the offer from the league was that the proposed Supermax was $850K, which is an increase from, like, what, $200K that it is currently. But it's like, I don't know. That's the thing, like, thinking about it in terms of just, like, raw numbers, you know? Like, Asia Wilson being pretty much, like, the best player in the league for however many years straight, you know? You can argue Nafisa and Breanna Stewart at their best, but, like, I think most people would say Asia Wilson has been the best WNBA player for, like, at least the past, like, 3 years, you know? It's like, yeah, the fact that, like, Asia Wilson, a talent like her, you know, like, a player who basically is already, like, top 5 players to ever play the game, right, in the WNBA, right? Yeah, probably even higher, right? Like, I don't know, like, yeah, top 3. Like, there's an argument for her. There is a legitimate argument for her being, like, the greatest, like, W player of all time, you know? There's a legitimate argument. I don't know if, like, she's there for me yet, but yeah, I don't know. I still think like like Diana Taurasi, Candace Parker, Maya Moore, have like their arguments, but I don't know. Like Maya Moore to me has just like Maya Moore's biggest argument for me is the fact that she won 4 championships and got an MVP and won Finals MVP and multiple time All-Star, multiple time All WNBA Rookie of the Year, and she did that in 7 seasons basically. She did that in 7 years, and she stopped playing because of her husband apparently some sort of cause, and then it's like she did that, and she's currently 36 years old, man. She could have been playing on the current freaking Minnesota Lynx team with Nafisa Collier and freaking the stud buds, Oh man, funny thing, I guess, side tangent to this, it's a very small thing to mention, but did you know that Satu Sabali apparently dated Arike Ogunbowale when she was on the Dallas Wings, I think, and then she had some sort of thing with Jimmy Butler after that, and now apparently there's a rumor going around for the from W Twitter folks that she's with Natasha Heidemann, who is one half of the Stud Buds. Natasha Heidemann and Courtney Williams. So she's apparently hanging around with her, and I don't know. Oh man, apparently that's a thing. But anyways, what else do I need to talk about with the WNBA? Like Maya Moore's career. Like Maya Moore having an argument to be the greatest because of just her doing it in that short amount of time. But there's also Diana Taurasi, her Olympic gold medals, her championships, and what she, the importance of her in the context of the entire league, right? Sue Bird, is probably somewhere there, right? Cheryl Miller, even though she didn't play in the WNBA, probably I guess it's there's a difference between W player and women's basketball player of all time, right? Cheryl Miller, if there was a WNBA at that time, there's no reason to believe she wouldn't have utterly dominated, There's also the members of the Houston Comets, Cheryl Swoops, has, but it's those now you're just getting into who are the top 10 players of all time. But in terms of Asia Wilson, it's there is an argument there. You can make a more than valid case, and more, and you really wouldn't be wrong if you said she's the best women's basketball player of all time. I don't think you'd really be that wrong. It's not really. I think that's the more interesting thing with the WNBA versus the NBA is that in the NBA, it's really everyone is arguing number 1 versus number 2, mostly, right? Everyone is arguing who's number 1, who's number 2. I don't know. I don't know if most of NBA Twitter is just well, I guess I guess thinking about it, there are the small contingent, but very rabid Kobe Bryant stans. They're just no, it's Kobe is the, oh, man, having there's having Kobe over LeBron, but I don't know. There probably is a smaller subsection of the Kobe stan, which is I think Kobe standum enters at Kobe is top 5 or top 3 all time, right? And Kobe standum reaches its peak when it's no, he's better than Michael Jordan, he's better than LeBron, that's the peak of it. I don't know, I think that's where Rashad McCants is, but oh man, well, where Sandra Cisneros is just she is the GOAT from every literary perspective that matters to me. So oh man, oh god, so Asia Wilson, great. There's tweets of she walked down everyone for that MVP. Just to go, the Aces going on that winning streak, man. I don't how was it Jewel Lloyd, had to be demoted to be a role player, in order for them to go on that winning streak. I don't know if again, I don't know if in order is the right set of words to use, but like, I don't know, like in order to go on our winning streak and be so much of a better team, Jewel Lloyd had to be benched for Kirsten Bell. It's like, I don't know, but yeah, like, I don't know. Oh man. Yeah, and then she won MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, half a Defensive Player of the Year with Elena Smith, right? Yeah, it's like, you know, like I don't know, Asia Wilson, yeah, just, you know, also what she represents, you know, like I feel like the people who ride with her, you know, in terms of like what she means for black women, especially like younger black girls, like as like a role model to them, you know. She recently got her own statue in front of like South Carolina, like I think like the stadium, I would assume. she got a statue of herself from South Carolina, so yeah. And like she's inducted in their Hall of Fame, and yeah, it's like, yeah. Oh man, all of that stuff. So yeah, anything I need to mention. Yeah, I remembered the one thing I needed to mention. How have I not talked about Asia Wilson and Bam Adebayo? How have I not talked about that? How have I not talked about that? That's just that's a thing, man. Yeah, it's like I don't know when it officially got, like, when it became so publicized that it was just a thing that, you know, mostly everyone knew about. I don't know. I feel like I heard, I think like earlier this year. I definitely didn't learn about it last year. I don't know. I don't think I knew about it last year. But yeah, sometime early this year I knew about it. Yeah, that like Bam and Asia are a couple. But yeah, like this, you know, now it's like Bam is getting questions about it. Asia is getting questions about it. You know, it's like, yeah, they're clearly, you know, they have been codified. They have been established. Oh man, I think Wendell Carter Jr. is another NBA player that is dating a WNBA player. Yeah, I don't know. Oh man, so yeah, Asia and Bam Adebayo. Is there anything to mention with him? Yeah, it's a cool thing, you know. Yeah, someone mentioned, there was another tweet that was like Asia and Bam is like the first couple where like the man is not the best basketball player. And then someone brought up like apparently it was Candace Parker and some other player. I have no idea, man. I have no idea. Candace Parker is with a woman. She's married to a woman, okay? She's married to a woman now, you know. But Candace Parker was with a man like early on in her career, right? Yeah. And then she had a child with him, right? And then yeah, but she has like a whole other family with like her wife now. So yeah. Oh man. And I think like Diana Taurasi's wife. I don't know. Like true. Like I'm turning into the sports gossip show a little bit. Yeah. I keep on saying I don't know when it's like I'm like when I say something that I've learned. You know, like it's like I learned something and I'm like I don't know. apparently, like what have I done? Apparently, this woman, this Mexican American author Sandra Cisneros is the GOAT. I don't know. Like why am I like that? Why am I like that? Apparently, Caramelo is the greatest work of literature I've ever read and probably will read for the majority of my life. I don't know. Yes, and yeah, that's legitly true. It's like, yeah, I mean, like, what else? Oh, man. But did I cover everything? Like, did I cover everything over the first few days of the NBA? Yeah. DeAndre Ayton and Marcus Smart, are they going to be any good? Like, I don't want them to be good because that means the Lakers have a lower ceiling and they're not. But, like, it's also that Luka and LeBron are going to carry the team, you know? When LeBron gets back from his sciatica, whatever that is, you know? When LeBron finally can frickin', you know, heal from his back pain of having to carry the whole league. Where are we on... Yeah, again, I was thinking about this. Where are we on the face of the league discussion, man? Like, it really seems to me that the discussion for face of the league is like, okay, is it Who is it, man? Who is the face of the league? Is it Anthony Edwards, right? And then it's like, just like, okay, it's like, why do we love Anthony Edwards? Because he's not media trained, because he freaking says exactly the type of stuff that a person from Atlanta would do, you know? It's like, he is an Atlanta freaking guy, you know? It's like, is it Anthony Edwards, or can it be someone else? And it's like, what? And the argument for it not being able to be someone else is the fact that they're not American, and the face of the league has to be American. It's like, is Wemby the face of the league? It's like, he's not American. Everyone has to be like, who's the next American face? It's like, okay, all right, okay. Like, it's just so clearly it's freaking Victor. I don't understand, but I don't understand. See, I'm saying I don't understand instead of I don't know. So something different, you know. I'm adding variety. It's spicing up the freaking Let's Play. But yeah, like, I really don't get, you know, Wembanyama not being the obvious, you know, person you think of when you think of the NBA, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's like there needs to be a torchbearer, you know. Who's gonna be marketable? Who are we gonna market the league with? Who's gonna be the person you think of, like, what NBA player defined the 2020s, you know? I think, like, yeah, I was listening to Bill Simmons, because I still do that. One of the podcasts that are like, oh, this is sponsored by FanDuel or whatever. I don't know. It's also a thing that, like, yeah, FanDuel and DraftKings are separate, you know? Like, there are FanDuel podcasts and there are DraftKings podcasts, you know? The Dan Le Batard show is DraftKings. And then what's funny is that, yeah, is it like the name of the show is still like with Stugatz, and like Stugatz has been like Dan Le Batard's co-host for like the longest time, for like 20 years. But recently, as of this year, like Stugatz has his own kind of show separate now. So it's like, and then Stugatz signed a deal with FanDuel. So it's like, it's weird that it's like, it's like Coke or Pepsi. It's like, are you FanDuel or are you DraftKings, you know? Like, I want to see the freaking FanDuel or DraftKings beef, man. There's also Underdog, yeah, which is Gil's Arena. It's like, is Underdog RC Cola? It's like, oh, man, dude. Oh, God. I don't know what another, like, tree party kind of thing. Yeah. Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion, but like with Megan Thee Stallion being like the third party option back then, but now like Nicki Minaj, as of recently, she's like, I'm not releasing an album, guys. I was gonna release an album, but I'm not. Oh God, it's like, yeah, where was I? FanDuel and DraftKings, yeah, where was, just like, I was listening to Bill Simmons, and then he said, Jokic probably is the best case you can make for the player who is defined the 2020s, you know? Like, the 2010s in the NBA were defined by LeBron and Steph, you know, together. Although it's like, you know, LeBron stands are like, no, it's LeBron's era, you know? Steph Curry stands are like, it's Steph's era, it's LeBron and Steph, you know? Oh, man. And also, you could say, like, it's KD and James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, and Russell Westbrook, yeah, that defined the 2010s. But, like, the primary players, right? Like, the 2000s were shared by Kobe Bryant and Tim Duncan because it was the Lakers and the Spurs, right? The 90s, it pretty much was just Michael Jordan, right? The 80s, it was obviously Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, you know? Yeah, and it's like, it seems that Jokic is the best answer you can come up with for, like, who's the defining player, singular player of the 2020s so far. I guess you can say Giannis, but I don't know. It's not necessarily, like, Jokic and Giannis together, because there isn't really, like, a true rivalry there, you know? It can't really be Embiid because it was like, you know, they were talked about together for like, what, just 2 years, really? 2 to 3 years. And now it's like, Jokic has just cleared that. Also, side tangent. Why did the Sixers get VJ Edgecombe, man? Like, why? Why were they rewarded, man? Like, it's just, as someone who just dislikes the Sixers organization and dislikes the concept of the process a lot, it's like, why? Like, why did they get that? Why did they get, like, gift wrapped, like, like, from his first game, just like a really, really good player? You know, why, man? They always get these freaking players, and then somehow they don't work out. So, I'm not saying that, but like, yeah. They got Tyrese Maxey because of Mike Muscala making a freaking shot in the bubble. They got freaking Ben Simmons, in 2016. Obviously we know, insert freaking slander here. They got Markelle Fultz the next year after like after the Celtics traded down, and then there's a whole thing with him. It's like, I don't know, man. It's like the Sixers just got rewarded with these like players. Yeah, like was it 2013 or 2012? They got Michael Carter-Williams, right? Who also had a really good rookie game. It's like, why do they keep on? They got Jared McCain. It's like, why do they keep on getting these freaking players, man? Like, I know it's like I'm kind of greedy because like they have all these players and they still underperform and get embarrassed, and they, like have heartbreaking playoff losses. But it's like, I don't know. It annoys me, man. It really annoys me that it's like, come on, man. Why do they keep on getting these freaking players, man? Why? Like, why? Oh, man. But yeah, VG Edgecombe had like 34 points in his debut. Yeah. God. Anything else I need to talk about basketball related? That's basically it. Yeah. Any other like, yeah. What can I try to think up of like defining WNBA players for certain decades? I feel like with the WNBA, it's not necessarily tied to decades. Yeah. Well, I mean, the initial symbolic, like iconic, like team in the WNBA was the Houston Comets, right? Yeah, that was the first one. They won the first 4, right? And then the LA Sparks, right? Won in 2001, in 2002. And then, yeah, the mid to late 2000s is like a whole thing. I don't know. There were just teams. They lost teams, There were teams in Sacramento, in Orlando, in Cleveland. Yeah, like all you have to do is like go on the Internet Archive, to the Wayback Machine, and then just type in WNBA.com and like go to like the early 2000s and just see. Like they had a team in Miami. Like they had a team called the Miami Soul. I think I remember checking that. They had teams in Cleveland, which apparently there's going to be a new team in Cleveland. So, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, so, yeah, the expansion teams now, there's going to be a team in Portland, and then there's going to be a team in Toronto. And the Toronto team, which is called the Tempo, has a head coach. Yeah. The Portland Fire is another head coach. It's like some like NBA assistant, and some people are upset because it's not, because it's just someone who barely has any experience. But Sandy Brondello, the former New York Liberty head coach, is going to be the head coach of the Toronto Tempo. Yeah, the new WNBA expansion team in Toronto. So, yeah, there's some like Paige fans stands that wanted Sandy to come to Dallas, but I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, I think the Dallas Wings have already hired a coach. They hired the head coach of University of Southern Florida, right? Yeah. So they hired the coach there. So yeah. Anything else on that? Yeah, the first Indian American head coach. Yeah, Sonia. Yeah. Her name is Sonia. Yeah. I don't want to be too wrong on her name, but yeah, her name is Sonia, and she's an assistant on the New York Liberty. Yeah. So she's going to be the head coach of the Seattle Storm after Noelle Quinn got fired. So, yeah, that's a little bit of WNBA coaching news. Yeah. Anything else? Yeah, like I was trying to define like the teams that were defining. Yeah, there were the Comets, the Sparks, the Minnesota Lynx throughout the 2010s. And then now it's the Aces that were like the defining like dynasties, like iconic teams of the WNBA's history. So yeah, it's now the Aces. They're absolutely a dynasty. They won 3 out of 4 years. The same route that Jokic won his MVPs. 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4. Some argue that he should have won 3 straight. Some argue that me can argue that he possibly could have won 5 in a row. Because he could have won this year's MVP and he could have won the one in 2023. So it's like, yeah. Oh man. Oh god. Anyways, what? Yeah. Anything else I need to talk about basketball related? Because I do talk about more things than that. Yeah. Okay. I'll just leave it at that, man. Yeah. Basketball. It's a fun thing. I talk about it a lot. Now, does anyone want me to talk about frickin' literature in the context of basketball or something? Does anyone want me to compare literature to basketball? Oh man, look, this is my Let's Play. I can do what I see fit, and look, I only got to talk about Caramelo a little bit, but yeah, enough. But like, I want to talk about it a little bit more, so if anyone will indulge me, yeah. I put chapters in my videos now, so the next section is going to be me talking about Caramelo a little bit more, because I want to talk about it and just, you know, reinforce Sandra Cisneros being the GOAT. So yeah, anyways, here is that section of the video. Okay, what more do I have to talk about with Caramelo? I mean, can I just say that Sandra Cisneros is the GOAT just 500 more times? I said take the under. Yeah, that was bad. That was bad betting advice, you know? Like, I'm not a bookie, okay? Like, I'm not I'm not making Knicks picks of just like, okay, man, he's under 500 currently on first things first, so, you know. Oh man, I don't know. I think I should like talk about just everything about the book that I love, which is, yeah, pretty much everything. Pretty much everything. Oh man, I don't know. I have the book with me now. What do I love about it? Can I just read it? What if I just read it? Yeah, what if I just read other people's praise of it? Yeah, here are the blurbs of it. A wonderful book, evoking life's absurdity and possibility, tragedy and transcendence, combines the thematic richness of the most ambitious literature with the delight and character and plot of the most engrossing page-turner. From the Chicago Sun-Times, look at that, where Roger Ebert wrote, Cisneros is a writer for all people. This is a novel of families, home life, and finding yourself in the world's greatest landscape. From the USA Today, a sprawling, exuberant hopscotch to a century of family history. Cisneros seduces us with her knitted tales, great and small, and her message is all the more powerful for the shimmering clarity. Time Out, New York. Yeah, it's just, you know, sprawling, spirited, vibrant, and big-hearted from Elle. Cisneros' exuberant prose tickles the senses, a warm and generous story to wrap yourself up in. The St. Petersburg Times. Yeah, I'm just like, it's like, look, it's like, this is what the children call glazing. It's like, can she be praised even more? It's like, look, oh man. Oh man, Caramelo is superb. There should be a brand new language to describe the ways in which Cisneros has imbued the ancient art of storytelling with her trademark organization, characterization, and evocation of time and place, portrayal of a particular culture, and visionary wisdom. You must read this book for yourself 2 or 3 times. Yeah, and that's the thing too, that like, yeah, I talked about the format of it. Yeah, it basically is just like The House on Mango Street, where it is just a bunch of stories put together, you know, but they're all knitted together, and but there's like more of a true line, you know, there's more of like a longer arcing narrative. But yeah, again, like, it's the story of like, yeah, a family basically, and the main character throughout it all, and the main narrator is this girl Celaya, and she starts out the book younger, right? And then like she ends the book when she's like 14 or 15, right? So like, yeah, 7 years of like time pass in the actual like story of like her telling it, right? Because the first part is when they go to Mexico City, take a family vacation. It ends when they take a trip to Acapulco, and something happens, and her mom kind of crashes out, as they say, which leads into part 2, which I talked about, right? Where frickin' Celaya like starts to tell the story of how Soledad, her grandmother, she calls the awful grandmother, and her grandfather met, and how they came to, fall in love, or, just get together. And it also weaves in just like the historical accounts of, the Mexican Revolution and what Mexico was like in, the late 1800s, early 1900s, she just like weaves in these like footnotes of history, right? And just like, like the 10 sad, there's like an event that lasts 10 days, right? It's like like war and like all the upheaval and all of the different dictator, or some of them are dictators, but all the different like people, like revolutionaries, Zapata, like all of just like the figures of like Mexican history during that time, right? As like the backdrop, right? And there's like a little bit of like a mystical element of it, in terms of like the people, right? There's like, she includes real figures, like she includes figures in the story that the characters she creates interact with, but the figures, but she has her characters she created interact with real historical people. Oh man, yeah. So and then part 3, which I was starting when I recorded the last episode. It's called The Eagle and the Serpent, or My Mother and My Father, and it's basically just after, it's like years after the and it tells, and it's like Celaya growing up, and then her family moves to San Antonio from Chicago, and it's a whole thing, and just the way that like she ties the frickin' like the narrative thread, the way she ties, like, I guess without spoiling it, her grandmother into the story as a whole, man. Like, I don't know, it just just like the titles of these, man, the titles. All parts from Mexico assembled in the USA, or I Am Born. Oh man, part 2 is called When I Was Dirt, which is just when before I was born. Let me just read some. When an elephant sits on your roof, man, such a good thing. I guess I'm spoiling it, but it's this freaking riddle, that what time is it when an elephant sits on your roof? Time to get a new house. There is this phrase in that chapter specifically where I guess it's spoilers for that freaking part, where it's like they moved to San Antonio and they're promised like, oh, it's a nice house, it's a bigger house than what we have in Chicago, man. It's so you're gonna love it. And then it just describes like just her seeing the house, and it's just like, this is not what I imagined at all. Like, it's like when an elephant sits on your roof, and then she says the phrase "homemade half-assed," and I just found that so funny. Oh man. And like also just like describing freaking how Cisneros writes about the different types of Mexicans, right? It just like, it's, Caramelo is like a title that's like representative of like Mexicans as a people, and it also references like an important item in the story, the Caramelo rebozo, which is like this, which I looked it up, is a scarf, that you wear, like it's more like a shawl, it's like a big scarf, I guess I'll just like post a picture of it right here if anyone wants to see it. But like it also references that. It's also a candy. It's all like it references, it's all, it's just all encompassing, man. Like I prefer a title to be like more than just one word, but I don't know, I do like just titles that are just like so representative though, like like I'm not like, I think for me personally, it's like the artsy kind of side to me. Like I kind of don't like a title where it's like it's said just like all the time, but I guess like this book would like fit that where it's like it's said like but like I kind of like it where it's like it's brought up in certain points, that's why I like when a book a title of a book is a phrase, that just gets said once, or just gets said like once or twice, and it just when they say it immediately makes you think of it. But Yeah, like another one-word title for a book I really enjoy is Dog Eaters, you know? Not to freaking, harp on just the same stuff I freaking harp on all the damn time in these Let's Plays as of recently, but yeah, Dog Eaters, you know, it's similar, you know, like how Caramelo is like a reference to one of the ways you can associate the title is just a reference to like the Mexican people as a whole, right? And then Dog Eaters is like this satirical, joking way of like referencing Filipinos as a whole in the Philippines, right? It's like, oh, they're just dog eaters, you know. And then there's that whole scene I talked about. Yeah, that little scene I talked about when talking about We're Never Getting Home by Tracy Badua, of like someone making a racist comment at of like, do you eat dog for lunch? Oh man, it's like, yeah, okay, so what else is here, man? What else is here that I can just freaking praise, man? Just, yeah, the ending I really enjoy, man. Oh my god, the ending, yeah, just, yeah, again, the way that, like, it basically embraces being a telenovela, right? You know? That, like, yeah, like, where, yeah, this is, yeah, where's the title, man? It's the title of this chapter, yeah. Number 83 in here. A scene in a hospital that resembles a telenovela, when in actuality, it's the telenovelas that resemble the scene. Oh, man. Yeah, just these freaking, the next one after that, no worse the money, but they help a lot. Oh, man. Yeah, and like, yeah, I guess like in the third part, Celaya makes this friend, she makes this friend in a Catholic school she attends called Vivo Zuna, right? And like they just, yeah, just the way she like describes the nuns talking about sex, and then like she's just like, this teacher doesn't know shit. Like you see like her jadedness just come out like later on, you know, as she grows up, right? It's like, yeah. Well, in the part where she's grown, yeah. It's not like her growing up. I don't think much time passes in part 3. But yeah. Well, time passes enough that, like, you know, certain things happen to characters. So yeah, I guess. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's just, is there anything else, man? Is there anything else, man? Is there can I just, like, flip open a random page, you know? Because, like, I feel like it's like I was saying, like, just the prose and, like, every sentence is a treat to read. But it's like, what does that actually mean? The copy I have has, like, sentences highlighted. Yeah. Here. Yeah. Something. Yeah, these are just exposition being highlighted. Oh, man. Here you go. Here's just the thing where it's just a bunch of description. Fireworks displays, piñata makers, palm weavers, pens, 5 different styles. They cost us a lot. A restaurant called His Majesty, the taco, the napkins, little triangles of hard paper with the name printed on one side. Breakfast, a basket of pan dulce, Mexican sweetbread, hot cakes with honey, or steak, frijoles with fresh cilantro, moletes, or scrambled eggs with chorizo, eggs a la Mexicana with tomato, onion, and chile, or huevos rancheros, lunch, lentil soup, fresh baked, crusty bolillos, carrots with lime juice, carne asada, abalone tortillas, because we are sitting outdoors, Mexican dogs under the Mexican tables. I can't stand dogs under the table when I'm done eating, Mother complains. There you go. But as soon as we shoo it 2 away, 4 others trot over. any, I could just pick, just like the treats of friggin' prose to read, man. Not a lie, a healthy lie, which sometimes we have to tell so that there won't be trouble. Oh, man. I don't know. I'm just, like, flipping through. I'm just like, look, man. Yeah, I need even more, man. 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 It's from this one. Acapulco. In a house shaped like a boat. Everything curled like the fronds of a fern. Oh, man. Yeah, and this is from the page just before that. And the road to Acapulco is so winding. It's better to look where you've been instead of where you're going. The hot wind smelly like an aquarium. It's like, yeah, this isn't gonna be the first. This is gonna be the only time I talk about it. You know, I talk about Sandra Cisneros, by the way, in her writing. That I'm gonna, yeah, there's a future segment that I'm gonna talk about her, by the way. I'm just like, can I do more? Can I do more just to show just how freaking much I just love this man? How much I love this. Oh man. It's just too much, man. Yeah, and just like how like more serious issues are like, you know, like, yeah, like I was reading, yeah, one chapter deals with like immigration. Yeah, well, just like, well, obviously the whole entire thing of just like they cross the border and go back to from Mexico to America, but like, and in one, like, is it Saleha's father is like looking for his papers, yeah, you know, because like he's afraid that he might get found, he might be accused of being an illegal alien and like getting deported, right? And it's like, dude, this was like in the book, it takes place during the 70s, right? And it's like, yeah, I wonder how that could be somewhat relevant, man. But that's the thing, is that it's always relevant, you know. I think it's just more relevant now just because of just, you know, certain things, you know, that are obvious to people, certain people. Oh man. Anyway, just more bits of prose. that terrible ache and nostalgia for home when home is gone. And this isn't it. And the sun so white like an onion. And who the hell thought of placing a city here with no large body of water anyway? In less than 3 hours we could be at the border. But where's the border to the past? I ask you. Where? Oh man. There's like one, yeah, there's a one good thing here, man. Yeah. Here, yeah, there's one. I'm just spoiling the book. I'm just spoiling a whole book, man. Yeah. Here, yeah. There's one really good one here, man. Oh man. Yeah. Here's one. This is what, yeah. Oh man. Oh man, Viva Ozuna rolls her eyes and hisses. Same stupid ass questions. Only thing that changes is your mind depending on when they ask. Freshman, definitely a virgin. No way would my husband want me if I wasn't. And I don't want him to have fooled around either. Yuck. Who wants somebody's leftovers? Sophomore, I think I should be a virgin. I think, but maybe he doesn't have to be. I mean, somebody has to know what they're doing. Junior, I'm not sure. Senior, who the fuck cares? Oh man, it's like, I don't know. It's like, yeah, I don't know. It's just, yeah. Do I need to, yeah, I guess I came with receipts. Man. And look, man, it's fine. It's fine if you think the prose from other books are better than the bits that I read, you know. But I just, like, flipped through random pages, man. Like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It was just doing this to me, like, every freaking, like, time, man. Like, I don't know. Yeah. I guess since they're all numbered really neatly. Yeah, let me pick one more. Yeah, I think it's like, yeah, here is, let me see. Yeah. I think it's yeah, the man whose name no one is allowed to mention. There you go. That's the one I'm thinking of, man. Here we go. If anyone's just willing to entertain me, this is what I'm doing, man. This is what I'm doing. Do I have more thoughts? Yeah, I just love the ending. Yeah, the ending is just one big party, you know, in a literal sense and also a figurative sense too, man. Here you go. Here's a really good. Yeah, here's a really good bit of prose here. That's how we are, we Mexicanos. Puro coraje y pasión. That's what we're made of, Lala, you and me. That's us. We love like we hate. Backward and forward, past, present, and future, with our heart and soul, and our tripas too. Sorry for getting the Espanol wrong. Sorry. And is that good? It isn't good or bad. It just is. Look, when you don't know how to use your emotions use you. That's why so many pobres wind up on the cover of Alarma. Me, I put my anger to good use. I used it to make a life for myself in Antionetta Aricelli. You be careful with love, Lolita. To love is a terrible, wonderful thing. The pleasure reminds you, I am alive, but the pain reminds you the same thing. I am alive. You're too young to know what I'm talking about, but one day you'll say, my auntie Lightskin, she knew about life. And you've never looked for him again, Auntie? Never? For what? A woman doesn't want a man who's going to kill her with jealousy. Believe me, better to be lonely than jealous. Loneliness is one thing. I know about loneliness, but los celos, Lalita. For that, there is no cure. Oh, man. It's like, yeah. Just, yeah, it's again. Okay, am I done reading? Yeah, probably. It's, I don't know. It's just, yeah. That's the thing, is that, like, I could do this with The House on Mango Street. I could do this with her poetry. I could do this with her short stories. You know, I don't know. It's just like, yeah, again, it's like, why is Sandra Cisneros the GOAT to me? You know, to restate why. It's like, she writes the best prose I've ever read, man. It's like the best, like, just like, who's the, like, who in all of English literature has written the prose that I have loved and, you know, hits me the hardest and friggin' I just appreciate the most, and I just, like, utterly, I'm just like, oh my god, dude, just like, oh my, every sentence, almost every sentence pretty much is just like such frickin' gold, and frickin', yeah, there's just so much frickin' to be found in it. It's like biting into, like, your favorite food and just having, like, no, it never gets old. It never stops tasting amazing, you know? Oh, man. I don't know. Is there anything else, man? Anything else I need to frickin'? Oh, man. I should get out. Yeah, I don't know. I reread the poem Loose Woman. Yeah, and it's really good. Yeah. The last spoiler for the poem, but the last, like, line of it is just like some onomatopoeia. It's just ping ping ping. I break things. It's just like her describing, yeah, I said the line, like, I am the woman of myth and bullshit. True. I authored some of it. Oh, man. I don't know. I don't know if my position will ever change, man. Like, I don't know. It's like, yeah, what's the thing? Like with the way people talk about athletes, right? It's clear that, like, there's some people who value peak. Like, peak, an athlete's peak, like how good were you? How dominant were you when you were at your best? When, like, no one could touch you, basically, right? Like, your level of performance at that moment, at your very peak of your career. And then some value longevity, which is like, you know, obviously it's like, how long were you doing it, you know? Which is like a thing, because, like, someone like Nick Wrong, you know, is like, he, you know, it's like he, you know, is trying to argue, like, Patrick Mahomes over Tom Brady, right? But, like, with Tom Brady, you use longevity to bolster your argument for him, right? But, like, with LeBron, it's like, yeah, but, like, he has to argue against the longevity of Tom Brady, but he argues for the longevity of LeBron, of just like I have never seen an athlete do this, like, still 20 plus years in his career. But it's like, there's other people where it's like, yeah, but Michael Jordan at his very, very peak, like, who else could match up, you know? And then it's just like, wow, well, I mean, you know, one defensive player of the year he won in the 80s. Oh, man, it's just like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I'm glad there isn't GOAT debates in literature, man. Oh my god, could you imagine if there was? just like, it's like, look, man, look, it's like, what are the most, like, I don't know. It's like, people don't do that, you know? You know, I'm not trying to make literature and art in general into a competition by doing this, okay? I'm just using a metaphor for something that I also love a lot, you know? It's like, I enjoy basketball a lot, man. Like, basketball has been such a core part of just, like, me in terms of just, like, the stuff I enjoy, you know, for the past, like, 5 years now, right? You know, it's like, you know, I'm just trying to, like, make a funny sort of metaphor, you know, but, like, I don't know. But yeah, like, does anyone, like, get into arguments like this? Like, what, like, I don't know. Is Sandra Cisneros a peak argument, or is it a longevity argument, you know? Because I don't know. I would assume it's just like, yeah, I think, like, it's like, yeah, because longevity, it would be like Stephen King, you know? Like, that would be, like, the longevity of him, of just the fact that he's still putting out a book a year. It, like, no matter, like, what the quality, it's like just that fact that he's just, like, doing that, and also, like, you know, like, getting, like, live action series and writing for those live action or whatever adaptions of his, like, work. It's like, yeah, that's crazy, man. how he's still doing it in his mid 70s. But yeah, like Sandra Cisneros, I guess it would be more like peak, and it also would fit because, she's from Chicago. I don't know if she totally claims Chicago as much as San Antonio, but like, yeah, like in terms, like peak, well, I guess it's like, I don't know. I don't know if she's a basketball fan. I don't know if she would ever listen to this. She'd be like, what the hell is this guy talking about? But it's like, look, it's like watching Michael Jordan at the very height of his powers, man. Michael Jordan in like the 93 finals, that's what reading frickin' Caramelo is like in so many places, in so many frickin' like times, I'm just reading these like sentences, just the ones that I've read, and it's just like, oh my god, dude. Oh man, anyways. Have I talked about it enough, man? Okay, I'm capping it off right here. All right, I'm leaving such little space for just other things I want to talk about, but I don't have that much. Yeah, I mean, like, do I want to talk about like trends? Do I need to talk about 6-7 to get more people to watch? It's like, come on. Oh man, anything? Yeah, should I talk about what was going on with Tyler the Creator? It's like, I don't know, man. It's like, look, my only thing that I'm gonna say, I'm not good. I don't really necessarily, yeah, it stemmed from him like posting like a tribute to D'Angelo. Yeah, I guess I should mention that a little bit. Is D'Angelo is like this R&B artist, like neo soul artist who like, was very, influential and like was just like a huge loss in music. He released an album called Voodoo, right? And then Brown Sugar, yeah, he released like 3 albums, yeah. And the latest album was called Black Messiah in like 2014. So he only had 3 albums, but yeah, it left a tremendous impact. And then Tyler the Creator posted a tribute, and then like apparently, yeah, it's one of these situations where it's based on old tweets, and it's like for me, my thought was just like, it's weird to me that not everyone's introduction to Tyler the Creator is true Yonkers, it's so weird, like, it's like, no, but it's like, thinking about it now, it's like, no, actually your introduction to Tyler the Creator could be like Earthquake or whatever. It's like, but like, I don't know, like, I can't imagine like someone whose introduction is not true Yonkers, in that song, like, I don't know. Like, like someone who's listened to Flower Boy, Igor, Call Me If You Get Lost before, frickin', yeah, not really, like, you don't need to listen to, like, Goblin or Bastard, the whole album, but, like, yeah, because obviously that stuff is just a lot of it is the most edgy-ass frickin' stuff to ever exist, but yeah, but it's like, I don't know, Yonkers specifically? Come on, you can pull that out of, you can pull it out, man. You can pull that, and it'd be like, it's mostly like a pretty fun song, man. I don't know, I'll defend that. But yeah, anyways. Oh, man, it's like, I don't know. That's the only thing I have to say about it. Anything else in, like, culture in general? Should I do a small little Twitter segment? Oh, yeah, no, I could frickin' die if I'm out here, man. A creeper could blow up, man. Man. Yeah. I don't know if this, like, yeah, I still have a list segment to get to, right? Yeah, I still do. I don't know. This is probably, oh my god. Hopefully. I want to make this under 2 hours, man. The list segment is not going to be as long as with the album, so, yeah. Oh, man, here's a little Twitter segment. I had a prose segment where I was just reading stuff. Because lately I feel more confident in it because it's mostly been basketball. Yeah. Someone, Luka Doncic tonight, 49 points, 11 rebounds, and then a Nuggets account posted an image that said, if Aaron Gordon did that, his averages would go down. Oh, man, dude. Sarah Strong really watched South Carolina put belt to ass on UConn last year, heard their crowd chant, "We want Sarah," committed to UConn anyway, and just helped UConn put belt to ass on them this year, and snatched their 71 game home streak. Oh, man. Someone to see, who the actual F is Aaron Gordon shooting coach? Giannis needs to call it. Oh my god, dude. God. Stephen Curry. Oh, this is a Stephen Curry tweet from November 8th of 2013. Officially have a bed for the game tonight. Oh no. Oh man. Someone tweeted, yeah, Tatsuki Fujimoto definitely signed a contract with the devil because all his works are receiving generational adaptations. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, like, I don't know. It's interesting. Like, I guess this can transition. I want to talk about a little bit about anime. Yeah, a little bit, just a little bit. Not enough, just enough. But yeah, of just like, it's interesting how like Tatsuki Fujimoto as like a mangaka, as someone who like his manga, he's like a big enough name that like his work from when he was like 17 through 21 like has its own collection. It's just called 17 through 21, and like he has another one that's called like 21 through 26, or like something where it's like 17 through 26 or whatever ages. It's like, what other mangaka could you do that with? Like what other manga artist is there where it's like, hey, we want to publish a collection of your work that you were working on when you were literally a teenager. Like, I don't know, like Ayazawa, I kind of want to know what Ayazawa was working on when she was a teenager, but she probably wasn't making manga. She probably was like doing some fashion design stuff. But yeah. Man, yeah. Victor Wembanyama in the next game after he scored 40 and had 15 rebounds. He got 29 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 blocks. Oh, man. Oh, God. See? Look at that. It's mostly basketball, man. It's mostly freaking basketball, Oh, man. Anything. During Amazon Prime's pregame show for Knicks Celtics, Udonis Haslem went in-depth on New York's defensive coverages. Then someone quote tweeted, "What's crazy is Udonis used to be on ESPN with Stephen A, and the questions would make you think he was just a guy who had some opinions." Yeah, see? Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you just need the opportunity, man. Yeah. Oh, man. Anything. Yeah, it's just basketball stuff, man. It's just, yeah, it's cool, man. But, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, I should be moving around when I do this, but yeah. What anime do I want to talk about just briefly? Oh, man. I talked before about this show called Uma Musume, that I just heard of it, and it's like, all I knew about it was that it's about horse racing. I have an update. I have watched 10 episodes of the latest Uma Musume entry, which is called Cinderella Grey, and it's about this horse / girl. Oh man, just watch it, man. But yeah, the main character is this girl / horse / Uma Musume called Ogre Cap, and it's also like there's this girl Belno Light, right, who's like her, like the someone who sticks by her, right, and like there's like a scene where it's like an episode opens with like, okay, I'm finally, yeah, Belno, the one who's like not is talented, nearly, is like, I'm finally gonna be in my first race, and then she just loses by a lot. Oh man, yeah, it's about horse racing, and it like is legit like one of, it's just a top tier like sports anime, it's up there with like Baby Steps for me, or even like Blue Box, like maybe, it's just like dude, like what is, like, this is so freaking well made, man, like I don't know. And the studio behind it, yeah, Cygames, yeah, like Cygames as like a studio, like has been like on the rise in terms of just like making like high quality anime, I don't know. it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy because like, yeah, like it's just based off a mobile game, it's another thing, I guess it's similar to Bang Dream, how like Bang Dream was also originally a mobile game, and like, I just had a whole messy segment earlier in the year talking about just like how much I loved the latest one in the latest series in that Ave Mushika, right? It's like, but yeah, Uma Musume, man. Yeah, just watch it, man. Just if anyone wants something different to watch, if you watch Jujutsu Kaisen and you're like, I want something just as hype, it's like, yeah, watch Uma Musume, okay? Oh man, another series I want to talk about, just briefly. Just grazing it, yeah, just like, yeah, Oshi No Ko, yeah, it's a series, that I started reading the manga, and I really have not gotten that far. I'm only on, like, the 4th volume of the manga, even though I've had, like, 8 volumes of the manga, you know, for a while now, right? I don't know. I think it's just, like, yeah, the initial premise of it. Like, I went into Oshi No Ko, like, knowing almost nothing about it. Like, the only thing I knew was that it's about idols in some way or another, right? And it is about that, but it is also just generally about, like, the Japanese, like, entertainment industry as a whole, right? And like, yeah, just, you know, it really is a thing where it's like you should just go into it knowing pretty much nothing about it, so I can't really talk about it, but yeah. But I guess if you want to watch the anime of it, you should know that the first episode is an hour and like 20 minutes long. So you're basically watching a film. You're basically watching a film, but the film is basically the first volume of the manga. So yeah, you could either read the manga or just like watch the anime, right? And like I think it was the first thing I watched when I turned 25. So I guess, oh man, I guess so. Yeah. That was a thing, you know. I guess I could just say that I'm enjoying it so far. I'm enjoying it, and I want to see where it goes. But like, yeah, I don't know. I really should just like read more of the manga, you know, because like I want to read it in manga form before I watch it, you know, in anime form, you know. I don't know. It's a weird thing how my mind works like that. So yeah, I guess that's basically the anime I'm watching. Should I briefly talk about the music I'm listening to? I bought a bunch of CDs, yeah, and one of those CDs was The Low End Theory by A Tribe Called Quest. Oh man, and I'm just like, whoa, wow, jazz and hip hop, you know, jazz and rap music, man, they can mix, you know. Wow, how good, yeah, like no one had ever thought of that until like 1991, really. I'm being, not exactly, but yeah, I don't know. That was one of the CDs I got. I got like albums from like Clap Your Hands Say Yeah. I got albums from this band called The Clientele. I got an album from Kasabian. I found Kasabian's first album. I found an album from this band called Dismemberment Plan, which like I've been it was on my Spotify list for a while, right? Emergency and then I saw the CD, saw that it was $15 for one CD, and I'm like, you know, I could find this on YouTube, and I did. So yeah. Oh man, yeah. Anything else I've been listening to that's been interesting? Yeah, I'm sure. I'm just blanking, man. Yeah. Oh yeah, Pink Shift. Yeah, I've been listening to like, yeah, I guess I got their album. Yeah, Love Me Forever. Yeah. And yeah, and yeah, they're just a punk band, you know, like an actual, like, I don't know, it's not really pop punk, you know, it's actually just more punk than pop, but yeah. Like, I would assume if you listen to Paramore or something, you would like frickin' their sound, though. So yeah, it's a cool thing. They're all like people of color, you know. It's like, yeah, like the main singer, I think the lead singer is non-binary. Yeah, so yeah, it's like, it's a cool thing. It's a cool, you know. I went to see them actually, yeah, this week. So that was one thing I did. Man, it's like, yeah, and the energy was friggin' there, you know. It wasn't the most like packed crowd, but like it definitely had the energy, and it was actually like literally the first like actual punk rock show I went to, you know. There literally was a mosh pit, and I'm like, okay, that's a mosh pit. I remember like starting to like be in it, right? I was like, you know, people were walking in a circle, and I was kind of doing that, and then it was like, oh no, this is a mosh pit starting up, and then I just immediately was like, nope, I have freaking glasses, man. I do not want them to break, man. I'm tired. I do not want that. I'm too old, man. I have sciatica. So yeah. Their album Love Me Forever. Yeah, there's some good songs. The first song, I'm Not Crying, You're Crying. Yeah, it's been in my head for a while, so yeah. Oh man. Anyways, I guess I should go into the list segment. Yeah. Okay. Oh man. Okay. So yeah, next yeah, I guess I'll just have a small little cut. That's not gonna be a ad break for a sports betting company, and yeah, I will come back with the list segment for this episode. Okay, here is the list segment I am going to do today. So, I did albums, I did Daria episodes, I did novels, mostly. Yeah, some nonfiction books, you know, a few. But yeah, but I did anime. But now I want to do my favorite short stories of all time. And I guess like a heads up is that, yeah, I don't know, like this is a little bit more this is a little bit more like fluid, you know, than other lists, you know. I feel like, yeah, because, you know, I love like short stories, you know, and these are like the ones that I feel like they're just more representative of what I love the most, you know, rather than just like, I don't know, like I've read, like I don't think I've read enough short stories that I don't think I've read as much short stories or short fiction as I should have, you know. I don't know, I feel like I should read a lot more. And the thing is that I've been like collecting so many short fiction collections, man. Yeah. Oh man, did I talk about, yeah, me getting like these like Asian American short fiction collections? Yeah, like one is called Charlie Chan is Dead, and they made 2 freaking volumes of that, you know, and then they were both edited by Jessica Hagedorn, who wrote Dog Eaters and The Gangster Love. Yeah, I don't need to know more about that. Yeah, and then there was another one that's called Bold Words that I have, which is like a century of Asian American writing, which is like fiction, nonfiction, poetry, and drama. So like, yeah, it's like, I don't know, I've been kind of obsessed with getting short fiction, you know, collections, man. It's just, yeah. Oh man, I even have one that's literally just called like single sentence stories, you know. Like I have no, like, I don't know, like when books are just $1, okay, it's like you're willing to freaking, you know, get a lot of different ones. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna do this 10-to-1. Yeah, it would make sense more. But like I could expand this, but yeah, these aren't the only 10 short stories I've read, but I think these 10 are representative of just like the types of stories that I love and enjoy, you know. So yeah, there's somewhat of a variety here, and there's also repeats, you know, unlike my favorite books of all time. Yeah, and like one funny thing for my favorite books of all time, I just put like slash with number 1. I updated my list and I just put The House on Mango Street / Caramelo as my number 1. So yeah, oh man, I'll figure it out, man. I don't know. Again, the running thing was that this was all before like I turned 25, and now I am 25. So yeah, oh man, I'm older than just a lot of freaking people I saw on YouTube and just, you know, as a kid. But you know, oh man. Anyways, enough talking about how old I am, man. Yeah, I have sciatica. Okay. Anyways, oh man, number 10 on my list. I've reread most of these. Yeah, so. Yeah, I guess I won't be, you know, doing much. I don't have to find images, so yeah, less editing for me, yay. Oh man, I just have to talk about them. Alright, starting with the list, without further ado. Number 10 on the list, The End of Something by Ernest Hemingway. Yeah, this is a shorter short story. Why is this on the list? I think it's just because it's like, yeah, I guess it's, yeah, this is what I'm talking about when it's like, it's more representative, you know? Like, this is like, I think it's more like this is a story that like, is like what I like, that embodies what I really like about Ernest Hemingway, rather than like, is this the best Ernest Hemingway story I've read? You know, like I don't know, because there's a lot more to read, but it's like, yeah, like this is like one of the ones where it's like I really enjoy it. I guess I have to give like a brief synopsis for each of them, you know? So yeah, it's about a man and a woman who are like fishing, and then like something happens, and then like what, like the man makes a comment and then it's like like they get into an argument from that, and then like the man just leaves. Like they're on vacation in Michigan somewhere, they're somewhere. I don't know if they're on vacation, but yeah, they're in Michigan somewhere. And then it like they get into an argument over just nothing, and it just implies that they've been, arguing for a while, and it's the end of something, it's the end of something. And what's funny is that there's a sequel to this short story, there's like a short story he wrote that followed up this one called The 3-Day Blow, I guess that could also be the one, I put on here. But like in terms of like Ernest Hemingway, it's like, yeah, like Hills Like White Elephants, A Clean, Well-Lighted Place, The Short, Happy Life of Francis Maycomber, right? It's like A Soldier's Home, there's like the Nick Adams stories, there's a lot of stories, okay? But it's like, I guess this is one where it's like, it embodies what I enjoy about like Hemingway's prose and his writing in general, of just how it's so, sparse, it's just like, it's a man and a woman talking, and it's like, I don't know. I feel like Ernest Hemingway is underrated in like the way he can like write about like relationships and love. He is underrated. Like if you read, The Sun Also Rises, you can really get more of that. So yeah, that is number 10. Number 9, Good People by David Foster Wallace. Yeah, ooh. A short story before I read any of his books, any of his novels, I wonder which one I'll read first. I don't know, the big frickin' doorstopper with 1,000,000 footnotes. Not as many, much less footnotes than Caramelo, so yeah. What is this story about? I found this in like, I read this in my community college library. There's this big book where it's called like The Short Story and Its Writer, right? And it's like, I don't officially have this like in my own like collection. I don't know where this is published, but yeah, it was just like a whole big ass freaking doorstopper of a book that just contained a bunch of short stories and like biographies of like the short story of like authors and writers, right? And it's like David Foster Wallace was one of them. And I'm like, yeah, I've heard about David Foster Wallace, Infinite Jest and all that, right? It's like, I'll read this short story, yeah. And it's not that short, but yeah, it's still a short story, yeah. All of these are short stories. So, what is this about? It's kind of long. Yeah, it's like, David Foster Wallace's prose is very just like his sentences like go on and go on and go on, But it's about, it's a couple and they're sitting in a park, right? And it just describes like the scenery really well. And like there's really no dialogue. Yeah, there's no dialogue in this story at all. It's just there's this couple, they're sitting in a park. And basically, to spoil it, I think like they were like contemplating, the girl having an abortion, basically. Like I am sorry if I am not like if I didn't understand the story, but it has something to do with it has like a big theme of like religion, and like they both met in like campus ministries, and like they met at the same like community college, funnily enough, right? And like there's something that attracted them to each other, right? And like it's like it's like a whole like, what will her family think, what will his family think, they're both like God-fearing people. Like I think they are both like God-fearing like Christians, right? Like they hold that near and dear to their hearts, but they're just like weighing like, like they're like, I don't know, they're unsure, or like they've made the decision or they're trying to make the decision. So, and it's just like going through all of like the thoughts and just like the backstory of like the man and the backstory of the woman a little bit. I don't know. It's representative of the type of like fiction I enjoy reading, I like how it describes, the two characters, and like it doesn't have any dialogue, and I'm really big on like enjoying dialogue in prose and in stories, but yeah, this is a really good example of just like how to write a really good and fun and engaging story. Maybe not fun, but yeah, an engaging story without using any dialogue. So yeah. Oh man, yeah. I've read like another one of David Foster Wallace's short stories, but it's so like, I don't know, there's a lot, it's like the way he writes, yeah, postmodern, kind of, it's just, yeah, his sentences are long, that's the thing. Oh man. So yeah, that's basically it, hopefully I understood the point. I'll reread it and get back to, this Let's Play if I got it wrong. Okay, number 8 on the list, Broken Chain by Gary Soto. I first read this in 7th grade. And again, this is representative of the kind of fiction I appreciate and enjoy a lot, It's like, why aren't there more middle grade short stories, It's weird. Isn't it a weird thing? Yeah, I guess it's like to have a side tangent to this segment. It's like there are so many people, there's not so, I don't know about the amount, but like there's people, I'm sure you've heard, like adults, like adults who are grown and out of high school, out of college maybe, and they're like, how do I get into reading, And it's like, I just don't know why, like, short stories are not the answer to that. I just don't know why. Maybe because of access, right? Yeah. Because in libraries, right, short story collections aren't really, like, in its own, like, category, Like, there isn't really, like a separate area in a library shelves, like of the libraries I've been to, which I've been to like more than a few. There isn't really like a section that's like literally like these are short story collections. But yeah, I guess it's also a thing that like short stories are somewhat seen as like more literary than like general like novels, from like I don't know, I don't know, like they might have that perception, like I don't know. But it's like, I don't know why, like, short stories aren't seen as, like, an easy way to get into reading if you're not into reading, They should be. Like, they absolutely should be, It's like, it's like, you don't want to spend too much time. It's like, again, it's like one of those ways you can fix that, one of the ways you can enjoy amazing literature and amazing prose without having to spend that much time reading is by picking up a copy of The House on Mango Street. Oh, man. That's the thing, but like I don't know. I think back and like did I talk about how I literally bought the textbooks I had? I remember from 7th grade because I wanted the short stories that contained them, right? Yeah. So this year on thriftbooks I found it's called The Reader's Choice. Yeah. So it's like Glencoe The Reader's Choice, and like I bought both the book I remember from 7th grade and the book I remember from 8th grade. And like, the 8th grade one has Flowers for Algernon, the short story version. And the 7th grade one has the piece of narrative nonfiction, Fish Cheeks by Amy Tan. And it has this story, Broken Chain by Gary Soto. And it has a story called Hollywood in the Pits. Yeah. It's like, like those are the short stories that like I remember like reading, in 7th grade, and this is one of them. And it's like, I guess it's representative of like, a middle grade kind of, or like a younger reader short story, that like, is cool, I just don't know. I don't know why there aren't more like middle grade short stories. I have a collection called Flying Lessons and Other Stories. Yeah. I think I mentioned it before. Yeah. I talked about like a story written by Matt De La Pena about Muni Gym in San Diego and the Hoopers, which I actually visited, by the way. I saw there were actual Hoopers there, like playing pickup. So yeah. But yeah, what is this story about? It's about two brothers, one wants to impress a girl. So like, he's like, oh, we can, he like says to this girl, like, oh, we can go on a date. We can go like bike racing together. But the chain on his bike ended up breaking. Oh no, first of all, he asked his brother, like, hey, can I use your bike? And he's like, no. And then And then he ends up working on his bike, and then the chain broke, so he only has one bike. And then like his brother ended up giving because him the bike at the end of the story, and it's this nice and sweet thing. And then at the end, there's I remember the line, like they were she rode she like sat in between the handlebars, which is very dangerous. Like, I don't know, I would never do that. And I think the line is like, it felt like love. Just like, it's just nice. It's just a nice, it's a nice story about two brothers, and like, like they have, like, it's like at the end of the day they are brothers, and like, like they had like a little spat over a girl, it's like, I don't know, it's nice. Like, I feel like, in order, like, the people who are like, how do I get into reading, how do I read as an adult, like, this might sound a little bit embarrassing, but I don't really read that much. It's like, I don't know, I just don't know why short stories aren't like an immediate avenue, I think it's just because of access. I don't know. I think it's just because of access, and like maybe it's just, I don't know. I feel like you could just tell like how like literature has affected me, and like writing and books have affected me so much that like I remember reading this short story in 7th grade. We spent like a day on it, like at most, right? And it's like, I remember reading Fish Cheek so much, man. I remember reading that, and just like that story sticking with me so much. And I'm like, I want the book where it's from, basically. Like I want a book that contains that little piece of narrative nonfiction. Like and then I went on thriftbooks, and I literally bought it. It's so consumerist of me, but it's like, I don't know, and that's the thing. I don't know, like, there should be more middle grade type of short stories like this. I don't know, Gary Soto, like the collection this is from is called Baseball in April and Other Stories. And it's just like, there's just books about like trying to start a baseball team, trying to impress girls, like a lot of, it's about, it's Mexican American diaspora, like living in Sacramento, like in like the 60s and 70s. One story's called La Bamba, it's like, it's basically just about like the life of like children and like young teenagers growing up in Sacramento, or like, Fresno, California, because that's where he's from. Gary Soto's also a poet. I have a collection of his poetry, and I have a couple books by him. One is called Accidental Love, and one is called Buried Onions. And Buried Onions is like more of like a more YA one. I think the main character is 19 in that. So oh man, I said I would not spend as much time. Number 7. I guess I could spend time on this. Number 7 on the list. Bernice Bobs Her Hair by F. Scott Fitzgerald, man. Man. This is a fun short story. I had fun rereading this. Because like I was like trying to reread all the stories for this segment. And it's like, okay, what is it about? It's the 1920s. F. Scott Fitzgerald is probably the first writer you think of when you think of the Jazz Age and the 1920s and the Roaring 20s, which is like crazy to think that it's 100 years ago. But like the events of this story took place 100 years ago. Oh man. So it's about, like the youth of the 1920s, and like they spend their time dancing, and like the women wore flapper dresses. Little history lesson. And it's like it's that era, the same era of The Great Gatsby, and like this is what F. Scott Fitzgerald wrote a lot of his stories about. It's about this girl, and she has a cousin, and her cousin is named Bernice. And like the problem with Bernice is that she's a bore. The problem with Bernice is that she is horrible in the main girl's eyes of at talking to other boys, talking to other young men her age, and like all of the guys don't want to dance with her, So she's like, look, I'm gonna give you some tips, man, like please, like why can't you be more like me, like her cousin says to Bernice, right? Her cousin says, Yeah, and it's like, yeah, it's this whole thing of like why aren't you more like her, man? Yeah, and like her family, she's like, it's like I can't, like, I'm, yeah, it felt like Daria and Quinn to me, of just like Quinn like being upset. It's like, I can't make her a different person, mom. Oh man. Oh man, it's just like, and yeah, it's just so fun, just the way, yeah, just he describes their dynamic, you know, of just like they kind of dislike each other, but it's like, look, here's how you freaking become more, yeah, it's like, don't, yeah, it's the whole thing of like, she can't hold a conversation with guys, she bores them, like whoever she dances with. But then she gets given some tips, and then like there's another scene where they're dancing, and then Bernice actually has some more success with guys, right? And then she gets this idea. She's like, I'm gonna bob my hair, right? And like, it's, you know, bobbing your hair was like this thing in the 1920s, right? And then it's like, oh, really? You're gonna bob your hair? And then like her cousin is like, nah, she's freaking lying, man. She's not gonna do it. And then later on in the story, believe it or not, Bernice actually does bob her hair. So she's like, okay, I'm gonna do it, man. And then like her and like a few guys, like a bunch of like the like a whole posse, like her cousin and like that whole like posse of like a bunch of guys like drive together. They drive together to a barber shop, and then Bernice is like, it says to the barber, it's like, look, I want a bob, man. I want my hair bobbed. And then everyone was watching her, just like, really? Oh my God. And like, she's actually doing it. And then she got her hair bobbed, and then it ends up just looking horrible on her. It's like, just, yeah, it's just pure peer pressure, you know? But like, I guess they, and at the end, they somewhat respected her for being bold enough to do it, because because like her cousin didn't believe that she was actually do it. She's just taught, it's like, you're lying, you know? So, and then the fun thing is that at the very end, Bernice, like, while her cousin is sleeping, she cuts off her pigtails. She literally cuts off her pigtails when she's sleeping, and then she just has them in her hands, and she just, like, goes home. It's like, oh, man, I don't know. It's just a really fun story, man. See? That's the thing. Like, yeah, like, I found a story written like in the 1920s to be really funny and amusing, you know? I don't know. That's just the beauty of, I don't know. It's, yeah, there you go. I have to talk about 6 more? Oh my God. Oh man, I said I wouldn't. Yeah, I'm taking as long as the albums. Yeah, okay, all right. This can be over 2 hours, it's fine. Anyways, number 6, The End of Love by Nina LaCour. Okay. This is a YA short story. Yeah, see? Look at the different types of fiction I read, you know? I don't read one particular type of thing, man. I like stories, man. I like stories, you know, of most kinds, okay? What is this story about? It's about a teen girl who intentionally retakes a geometry class for summer school. So like, she knows the teacher and she retakes this geometry class for summer school, but like, yeah, the main point of it is that like, she, you know, has this like romantic like thing with another girl, right? And then like, after breaking up with a guy. So yeah, and like the title comes from like a phrase in her head. Like, she has this phrase in her head called like the end of love, and she wants to get it tattooed across her bicep, you know? And then like, someone suggested her, it's like, you should have another tattoo on your other arm that says the beginning of love too. Oh man, I just reread it before recording this. Yeah. And there's like the details that I remember of reading it in my high school library, of just like post-it notes. Like, she walks into her house and there's post-it notes. I might have talked about this before, but yeah, there's post-it notes of like all the furniture, and like, some say like keep, some say Craigslist, some say Goodwill, some say question mark, right? And like, it's such a good way of like telling you like, oh, there's something happening to this house, you know, and there's something going on with her parents, right? And it's like, you know, very subtly telling you, it's like, oh, her parents are getting divorced, you know, they're moving this furniture out of the house, and they're like wondering like which ones to sell, which ones to move, you know. I don't know, I just find that to be such a nicely detail, you know. Yeah. Like, Nina LaCour is just so good at that, like in her prose and in her, you know, and her like stories, you know. In like I remember reading We Are Okay, and like one line that just has stuck out to me when reading that is when she says, yeah, like there's a line that literally says in We Are Okay, if this were a short story, it would mean something, right? And I'm just like, wow, like, yeah. There's also like the line in, yeah, the Disenchantments. Maybe we were always the people maybe we were always the people we meant to be, something like that. I posted the actual line before, so yeah. Man, yeah. I also read Everything Leads to You. I would assume I'm gonna talk about that more later on in a later episode, so yeah, watch out for that. But yeah, it's just a nice story, you know. It's just the type of like short story I enjoy. Again, it's representative, you know. Yeah, like young adult short stories. I found this in a collection called, yeah, the collection this is from is called Summer Days and Summer Nights. It's edited by Stephanie Perkins, who wrote Anne and the French Kiss. I think like her story, yeah, the story Stephanie Perkins has in there is called In 90 Miles Turn West or something. Yeah, something. In however many miles turn in this direction. Yeah. And there's also another story from there I want to shout out that could have made this list if I expanded it, but yeah. It's called Sick Pleasure. I think it's called by this author called Francesca Leah Block. Yeah, and that takes place in the 80s. Yeah, it's about, yeah, a date or something, yeah, that I really enjoy. Yeah, so yeah, that's basically the story. Yeah, Nina LaCour. Do I need to say more about her? She's great. One of my favorite freaking authors, you know. Yeah. Anyways, the next story I have here, one of two from this writer, Miss Teenage Sampanguita by M. Evelina Galang. Okay. Oh, man, here I am, man, in my bag, man. I'm back on my BS again. What is this story about? Huh? What is this story about? Oh, man. Man, it is, yeah, this short story and the other one I'm going to talk about later on is from this collection called, it's from a collection called Her Wild American Self. Yeah, and yeah, this story is about, I think like a family member's like visit. It's about this like family, and like they bring like, this woman, like her brother is visiting, right? And she's like, her brother, and they bring like her daughter, right? Yeah. I don't know all the details, but just I want to get the general gist, right? It's about this like teenage girl that the main character who's in her 40s, right? Like she comes from like a Filipino family, right? And they have memories of the Philippines, and they're now in the US, right? So like they, are grown up now, and then her brother, the main character's brother in the story, has a teenage daughter, and she's Miss Teenage Sampanguita. And like it's like an actual thing that like Miss Sampanguita is like a sort of beauty pageant with like young Filipina girls, I think. But it's like, yeah, I think like the main point of the story is that this girl is like way too passive and just not asserting herself, and like she's just being an obedient daughter, right? And like, yeah, it's like seeing her like that is not like makes the main character kind of sad, and yeah, like she feels like she's like a flower like wilting, that's what she feels like seeing her like, being like, and she asks her like, why don't you speak up for yourself? Why don't you like say more? Like why don't you speak your feelings to your father, right? And she's just like, I don't know. Yeah. I guess that's basically the point of it, and just read these stories, man. Just read them, find the collections they're from and read them. But yeah. Oh, man. That's number 5, right? Okay. Number 4 on the list. One Holy Night by Sandra Cisneros. Wow. Oh, man. What is this story about? I don't need to say anything else, right? Okay. Yeah, the story is about a girl who has a baby with a man who is like much older than her, right? She's like 13 or like 12, 13 years old. You know, she's that young, and she ends up like having a baby with a guy who's literally like in his late 30s, right? And who fools her into thinking that he has descended from Aztecs and he has Aztec blood. He comes up with this name for himself, like, was it Shak Uxmal Palakin, right? And it's like, yeah, it's like no, that's not, yeah. And it's like he, you know, fools her into thinking that. And it's about just her like talking about dad and like her thoughts and like her, like just her giving just you know, just a very just emotionally poignant freaking like reflections on love, like for her, from her perspective. And like well, I want to have 5 kids, you know, like it's just like I want to name the girls this, I want to name the boys this, you know. And like she describes at the very end, spoilers for the story, it's like, oh, it's like a man, yeah, was it like she describes like a man like wheezing through like a harmonica, and she's just like, that's what it is, like love, I mean, something like that. Yeah, I'm butchering it, but it's like, look, I could like just go and like find these, but yeah, I reacquainted myself, but yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I'm just getting the gist of the stories out, you know. It's from Sandra Cisneros. It's from the GOAT, man. What else do you need? Oh man. But that's only number 4, you know, and yeah, that's only number 4 on the list. Okay. Number 3, the second story from the same author, Her Wild American Self. Yeah, I just said it. By M. Evelina Galang. What is this story about? It actually is very similar, you know? Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's the thing, is that like another reason like I love Sandra Cisneros so much is that I can relate like so much of like Filipino culture to like what she writes about, you know? I don't know, like Caramelo, like, yeah, really, like of just like family and talking about, you know, like, you know, family members and just like the stories associated with them. It's like, it's so like similar, you know. It is, for me at least. Yeah. So Her Wild American Self, it's about yeah, a young girl who ends up falling in love with her cousin, I think. She attends this Catholic school, and like obviously it has like, they have very conservative values, and then yeah, it's her falling in love and succumbing to desires, you know, her desires that aren't so like in tune with Catholicism. And then by the end of it, you know, yeah, by the end of it, she like leaves. Yeah, she gets deported by her own family to the Philippines. She goes back home to the Philippines. And then it's like, it's her granddaughter who's like telling the story. It's like, yeah, the last time I saw her, you know. Yeah. Oh man, I don't know. I feel like I could be doing more to explain just like what I love about these stories, but yeah, I could pick out specific lines, but yeah, I don't know. It just gives off that like feeling of just, you know, like, yeah, it's just the line, like her wild, yeah, I think it's something about taming, like her parents wanting to tame her wild American self, or like the Catholic school wanting to tame her wild American self. And I just love that phrase. That phrase is just so, like, whenever I think about like the, you know, the books I read involving like, you know, the Philippines and stuff like that, or just like Asian Americans in general, I just think of like her wild American self, you know. I just think of that phrase. It's just such a good freaking phrase to me, I guess. Yeah, it's so cool, and like it has just like style, and like it pops, you know, whenever you say it. Her wild American self, you know. Oh man, it could be a title, it could be used in some sort of way for this video. So yeah, okay, number 2 on the list, and it's already past 4 a.m. as I'm recording this. Oh man, Two Kinds by Amy Tan. So yeah, I don't know if this is cheating or not, because this is within the novel, the Joy Luck Club. So yeah, I guess it's like, since the Joy Luck Club is a collection of stories, yeah, I guess, I think I had to put something by Amy Tan here. I wanted to put Fish Cheeks. Yeah, like, yeah, I could, but yeah, it is technically narrative nonfiction, so I have to, but like, I think about Fish Cheeks like so often, man. Like, I don't know. But yeah, I guess, like, in talking about the Joy Luck Club, this is probably like my favorite story, I guess. But there's a lot. Waiting between the trees is so good though. I love how that ends. like my daughter and her husband are just talking about nothing, but I'll be waiting between the trees. I'm waiting between the trees, just waiting for, I know that something is gonna, I know that vase on that table with a wobbly leg is gonna break. Oh man, but yeah, Two Kinds. It's about one of the daughters in one of the women in the story, Jing Mei Wu, and her mother, right? It's a story of, the stories are all about mothers and their daughters, but this one is about Jing Mei and her mother, and how her mother wanted her to be a prodigy at something, just anything, of just like that Chinese parent of just like, you need to be a prodigy in something, you need to be skilled at something, and then, yeah, it's about being an obedient daughter. I think I said before when talking about the Joy Luck Club, the line of just like, there are two types of daughters, obedient daughter and daughter who goes their own way. There only one kind of daughter is accepted in this house. Obedient daughter, and then, like her mother, like she finds piano, and then her mother is like forcing her to freaking go do all this take piano lessons, do piano recitals, perform piano pieces, and practice, and then Jing Mei eventually gets tired of it, and she has this extremely like nasty like comment of just like, I wish I was never born, and then she calls out like the two daughters that her mother left behind in China, right? Which tie in to the story later on when Jing Mei goes back to China as an adult. In the story, 2 Tickets to Shanghai, I think. In the story called A Pair of Tickets, and then the line is like, in my hand are a pair of tickets to Shanghai, something like that. Oh man, and it's just, again, it's just, that feeling of like of just the disconnect between a mother and a daughter, and the values of like being Chinese and being Chinese American, and like, that, is an interesting thing. Man, I don't know, I'm a better sociology major than an English major, right? But I do like, like literature a lot. Oh man, yeah. And just like, I think like as I was reading it, a little bit, of just like Jing Mei like talking about how like it, like after this, like she failed at like everything associated with like being like an obedient daughter, in a sense of the, like, she dropped out of college, she didn't, become class president, she didn't become like a piano prodigy, she didn't stick with anything, And it's funny how like Jing Mei in the Joy Luck Club is the only one like who doesn't have like a true like white collar job. Like one of them is an architect, like one of them is a lawyer, and then it's like, and then Jing Mei is like, oh no, like I'm a copywriter for an ad agency. It's like, it's like she dropped out, it's like, it's, I don't know, it's just interesting how like she's the only one, but like she's the only one who doesn't have a mother that's still living, I guess this is just me talking about the Joy Luck Club, but number 1 on my favorite short stories of all time, and I think this is legitimately my favorite short story of all time, and I don't know how much it'll take for something to overtake it, but there's a greater chance something can overtake it than there is a chance that something can overtake The House on Mango Street in Caramelo. So that is Woman Hollering Creek by Sandra Cisneros from the collection Woman Hollering Creek and Other Stories by Sandra Cisneros. Again, the GOAT. Just, it's about this girl, Cleophilus, Cleophilus, they spell it within the story, and like her traveling, crossing the border from Mexico, a small town in Mexico, to the U.S. I think in San Antonio, and like her marriage to this man who is not the best man in the world, who verbally abuses her and then physically abuses her, and then she finds out that she is having a child, so she makes an appointment with she makes an appointment, and then like there's like a conversation with like a doctor, and like on the phone, right? It's like, yeah, we need to get her a ride, it's like something like, and like, yeah, and they spell out her name, and it's like, yeah, these women, I don't know, it's like like just talking about the state of like Mexican American women, and like the perceptions of them, Oh man, and like just it's like a love story but in reverse, but like I don't know, it's just, yeah, again, it's just, I just love everything about Sandra Cisneros in her prose and her writing and the way she writes and her stories and everything else. Yeah, and like, yeah, the one thing I have to mention is the fact that at the end of the story, like she's in a car, she's in a car with a woman, and like this woman drives like a car that like men drive, so she like acts like a whole man, and then like at the end of it, they're driving over a creek, and then like the title of the story suggests, the woman who's driving the truck or car like screams and screams over this frickin' creek, and then it just is like, yeah, it just shows you like, oh, like this is like a woman, this is the type of woman that like I could be, like I could aspire to be like this type of woman who just doesn't have a man, drives a car meant for men, and like screams over a freaking creek, man. Oh man, and there you go. Yeah, that's basically, do I need to explain more? Man, I feel like I took way too long on this, but yeah, whatever. I'm fine, man. I have the rendering power, man. I have a frickin' 5060. I have a 5060 graphics card, man. It's like, okay, I can frickin' render this, okay? So yeah, anyways, that's basically it for this episode. Yeah, hopefully the list segment was fine. Oh man, I did it the right way, yeah, of like number 10 to number 1. So yeah, anyways, that's basically it for this episode. I hope I talked and covered enough enough basketball, enough Sandra Cisneros being the GOAT, enough like comparing the two. It's like watching peak Michael Jordan, it's like watching Kobe Bryant, friggin'. It's like watching 2013 LeBron, it's like watching Wemby on opening night. It's like, there you go, that's all the things, I wonder if Sandra Cisneros has watched a Spurs game. Like she just like sees like Wembanyama. Oh my god, dude, there's a chance. I think she still lives in San Antonio, so yeah. Anyways, oh man, thank you so much for watching if you've gotten this far. Hopefully you just like skipped around into chapters, so yeah. Anyways, that's all for this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and see you on the next one.